분단을 통일로!
정전을 평화로!
정전을
평화로!
분단을 통일로!
분단을 통일로!
For joining today in this scorching hot.
We are also committed to changing the narratives of hostility in the U.S. by educating people in the U.S. to be a voice for peace.
Becky Belcourt. I'm here today with the Korean American Peace Fund and the National Korean American Service and Education Consortium. Women Prop DMZ, Korea's Peace Now Network, and everyone who is joining here today. In addition to being a Korean American who works with the Korean and Asian American community, I am here as a person whose life was dramatically altered and determined by the Korean War. As a Korean American adoptee, I am one of 200,000 Korean people who lost our birth families, language, culture, and country due to the war and its devastation.
So we're going to remix, we're going to do Arirang, the unofficial national anthem of North and South Korea. We're going to do it the traditional way, and then we're going to remix it. So come on, take it away, gentlemen. Let's do it. 좋다. Yeah. 얼씨고! 얼씨고! 좋다! 얼씨고! 얼씨고! 아리랑 아리랑 아라리요 아리랑 고개로 넘어간다 나를 버리고 가시는 님은 심리도 못 가서 발령난다 얼씨고 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 세고세 아리랑 아리랑 아라리요 아리랑 고개로 넘어간다 나를 버리고 가시는 님은 못 가서 발령난다 One more time! 아리랑 아리랑 아라리요 아리랑
And the Korean War! And the Korean
반가운 술래 글쓰구나 좋구나 반가운 술래 우리 조국 하나 되자 반가운 술래 반가운 술래 반가운 술래
a research professor here and director of Partnerships for International Strategies in Asia, PISA, which, as the name implies, is a program that collaborates with universities, research institutes, non-governmental organizations, and governmental agencies in Asia.
As there were no Korean books available because Japanese colonial government had forbidden learning Korean. Many visited to see my family until the new sanctions were imposed. I cannot visit my own flesh and blood. I cannot visit the graves of my parents. I cannot even send a letter due to the sanction. As one of the oldest separated Korean American families, I asked my government to remove the sanctions, allowing separated families to reunite and end this ongoing war once and for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Joy, for sharing your testimony with us. It's an important reminder of how the trauma of the war continues with us. And I'm grateful now to introduce a colleague, Dr. Kee Park, who's the Director of Korea Health Policy at Harvard Medical School. Since 2007, Dr. Park has visited the DPRK over 20 times, supporting medical cooperation with physicians and hospitals in the DPRK, and we're excited to listen to his story today.
I'll unpack that a little bit. And just, I'm not a historian, but I work in the Department of Global Health and Social Medicine, and we look at social factors that impact health.
I'll address that, Paul, in the sense that, I cry so easily, but I have the wound. So how do you get people who don't have the wound to feel the emotion? And I might, off the top of my head, say that they have to look to the people who were hurt the most, who they loved.
I could not hear you. What?
Korea needs now!
Okay.
And then maybe about this.
Wait a minute. What do you want?
Korea needs now!
It's okay.
To bring together a combination of experts who are changing the way we all think about the Korean War and its ongoing impact, and offering new thinking to help us get beyond this dangerous stalemate. We wanted to center the stories of individuals whose families have been torn apart by war and the obstacles they continue to face due to the absence of peace, as well as humanitarian experts who understand intimately how U.S. policies continue to shape the day-to-day existence of North Korean people today in peace and in justice. Please join me in giving a warm round of applause to the inimitable and honorable Bruce Cummings.
Thank you so much, Christine. I really admire you so much for all the work that you do. And Linda Yar, thank you also. I have one question. How do I move this screen forward?
Let me please join me in thanking Professor not only have you revealed to us how much we don't know, most of of us about the history and what the future prospects are.
Guys sitting at desks with their cigars. Well, there's still a little bit of truth to that. But it's a new audience. And they're saying, I've never heard this before. So one of the things we can do is stop talking to ourselves and talk to other people. And very gently trying to...
But it's not. The human impact is massive, and the risk of a new conflict breaking out, it remains high. And yes, that's why initially I supported, along with Congressman Kucinich, the two of us, the Korean Peninsula Act. Now we have Congressman Brad Sherman. We introduced H.R. 1369 and building congressional support. Thank you all again very much. Thank you. Our bill calls for urgent diplomacy in pursuit of a formal end to the Korean War. A formal end. A roadmap for a peace agreement and other diplomatic efforts to ensure a sustainable peace. This legislation offers a transformative peace-first approach to ending the Korean War. Finally. The Korean War is known as the forgotten war in the United States. Most people think the war officially has ended, so this is unacceptable. It's time that we wake up from our collective amnesia to remember the death and destruction that this war entailed and chart a new path forward, one based on global peace and security and rooted in human security. It's been my priority throughout my tenure in Congress to end these forever wars and to promote peace and diplomacy. That's the only way this world can be sustainable. It's not enough to treat the symptoms of endless war. So we must put an end to the longest standing war in the United States history and commit to building lasting peace on the Korean Peninsula. Yes, it's time for Korea peace now. It's time. I'm chair of the Asia Pacific American Caucus, and I'm so proud to serve as a co-chair of the Health Task Force, someone who is relentless in her work and fight for peace and for justice, Congresswoman Judy Chu.
Thank you so much, my wonderful colleague, Congressmember Barbara Lee, who's stood up for peace, for justice, for such a long time. That's why I am so grateful to be an original co-sponsor of H.R. 1369, the Peace on the Korean Peninsula Act. Yes.
Across housing justice, healthcare, immigration, and human rights. She is the vice-ranking member of the Homeland Security Committee and serves on the Veterans Affairs Committee. Thank you, Congresswoman.
Good morning, buenos dias. Thank you for that warm introduction and for sharing this space with us today and allowing me to be here with you today on this 98-degree, nice and humid day. But there is no perfect day, and every single day we should be standing up for justice and peace, and today is no different. So I stand here just in front of those Capitol steps in that Capitol as we mark 70 years since the Korean armistice began. A 70-year-long temporary halt that did not formally end the Korean War. More than 4 million people were killed, and most of them were civilians. We lost more than 36,000 U.S. service people to that war. And as you heard her mention, as a member of the Veteran Affairs Committee, where we regularly confront the challenges and the struggles that veterans face when they return, if they return.
And then went on to graduate from the University of Michigan, where he was gold on the national hockey championship team.
Even opinions on all but one thing, and that's the requirement for peace. So when you see this movement characterized wrongly in the media this.
70 years of armed conflicts and families being separated from one another on the peninsula. It has been far too long.
Like my great-great-grandfather, great-grandmother, grandmother, and mother, I'm working for an end to the Korean War and the reunion of separated families like mine.
Korea peace now! Korea peace now!
안녕하세요 여러분. 반갑습니다. 저희 하는 발런티어들 저희가 지금 한반도 평화 협정 때문에 와 있습니다. 슬슬 저희 봉사자님들이 어떻게 저희 캠페인을 도와주실 수 있는지 알려주시겠어요?
네, 안녕하세요 한인 발런티어 여러분들. 2024년 데이비캠 하원 선거 운동에 많은 관심을 주시고 발런티어로 참여해주셔서 너무 감사드립니다. 저희 첫 발런티어 미팅이 8월에 있을 예정인데요. 자세한 정보는 저희 벌써 들어가신 카카오톡 그룹에 이제 저희가 보내드릴 테니 조금만 기다려주시기 바랍니다. 또 제일 중요한 7월 말에 있는 7월 30일에 마감하는 펀드레이저가 있습니다. 가능하신 분들께서는 매월 34지구를 하기 때문에 34불을 지원해 주시면 감사하겠습니다. 기부 정보는 davidkim4ca.com/donation에 들어가시면 찾을 수 있으니 참고하시길 바랍니다. 감사합니다.
감사합니다.
Joseph is from our 30 under 30 cohort of young Korea peace activists, and we traveled all the way from Hawaii to be here today. We also have Suhiro, our pastor from one church in New York City, from America Progressive Church.
As a member of the Christian faith, I would like you to invite you to, sit with that grief of that sort of separation. Because
내 마음에 톡 걸리는 거 쓰시면 돼요. 간절하게 쓰세요. 네?
Some degrees in front of the White House in July. We are here today on the 70th year of Korean War armistice. The Korean War that started in 1950 temporarily ended in 1953 with an armistice. And that was today, July 27, 1953, 70 years ago. Who needs to end the war? Why has the Korean War have been going on for 70 years? Because whoever is to end the war has
with signs saying we need to end the Korean War. The bottom line is we're having wonderful opportunities to educate our fellow citizens both here in the United States and in South Korea on the need to end the war now. Thank you.
해외 동포들을 위한 유용한 정보나 행사, 이벤트 등 알리고 싶으신 것이 있으시면 미우새에 알려주세요. 다음에 또 만나요.